And I think my favorite part of this series, and this is the first time kind of I've read like a lit RPG before, but this I think is a really unique twist on it. But my favorite thing is to it makes you think like, well, what would I do? What
Yeah.
class would I be?
Mm-hmm.
What weapons would I want to use? What would my style be? And how would I fare in the dungeon? And so I thought it would be fun if we created our own crawler.
That is fun.
Yeah. And so I've created or just jotted down 20 kind of like random races.
Okay.
I did 12 classes
Mm.
and I did 20 like magical items. And so I thought we could roll, we'll roll a d20 and a d12 to determine what our crawler would be.
Nice.
And we'll discuss how we think that crawler would do.
How would they survive in the dungeon?
Yes, because I think a really fun part is I forget what level or floor it is, but at some point you can change your race into just about anything.
Anything. Yeah, it seems like limitless possibilities.
The catalog seems endless.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, of course, it was fun to brainstorm what kind of creature or humanoid thing that.
Yeah, that was maybe the most exciting part of the first few books was just knowing that was coming and waiting for it to happen.
I love anytime he like defeats an enemy or something and it's the same thrill you get when you're playing any RPG or any video game like Elden Ring or something when you open something and you're like, oh, what did I get?
Yeah.
And it was fun to like experience that with Carl, and that was usually something to do with his feet, which is interesting.
Interesting and hilarious.
But would you like to hear the classes that I've prepared for us?
I would, and that coffee's very cold.
You love lukewarm coffee though. You've always said that.
Yeah.
If you roll in that one, you're just a human.
Ugh,
yeah, so don't
disgusting.
roll in that one. Swarmborn, which is an insect humanoid, of course. Elf, dwarf, goblin, orc, a rock man, or I put Diamond Head from Ben 10.
From Ben Tennyson? Oh,
yeah, any
my
sort
gosh.
of like rock guy. Groot man, so any sort of like plant, Mr. Groot guy. Cat man, wolf man, merman.
Oh, that would be terrible.
or merwoman. I'll let you choose. Some sort of wraith or ghost.
Dibs.
Like a giant four-armed alien. Again, Ben 10.
Yeah.
Naturally. Rat man, Master Splinter. A dinosaur man.
Oh.
Not to be confused with a dragonborn, the next class. I'm thinking dinosaur man, you could be like more like Velociraptor.
Yeah,
or
raptor
like
man.
Pterodactyl-y,
yeah, like a human with just like a giant raptor tail. And that's the only...
Yes.
the only part of the raptor that you get.
But also the claws.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the claws,
Dragonborn, Birdman, cyborg of some sort of robot-y guy, an elemental.
Oh, fun.
Or if you roll a nat 20, crawler's choice, and you can choose whatever you'd like. Let's start there.
Yeah.
You want to roll for initiative to see
I'll
who
naturally,
goes first?
well, I just naturally go first.
Yeah, you go first.
You know that about me. And I'm going to just not use this blue one because I don't
I'm
going to use the heavy weighted one.
Yeah, sure.
That's going to be good on your kitchen table. Yeah, here we go.
That's what the thing's for.
A 20.
That's a 14. Ratman. Master Splinter. That's what you get for rolling first.
Oh, terrible.
So cool. Third floor, whatever it is, you decided to morph into a Ratman.
Yeah,
which is admirable.
Honestly, I can't wait.
What are some attributes that I think Ratman would have?
Yeah, just like a ton of hair.
Yeah. I think you could like squeeze into small areas.
Yeah, I could like sniff really fast.
But you can only smell cheese. You can only sniff out cheese. Otherwise, your senses don't work.
Yeah, I'm like really hunched.
Yeah, I'm super hunched.
That's cool.
Yeah. Cool. Ratman for Dr. Driz. Naturally, I will be a merman. Yes, the two worst ones by far.
Are you top half merman or bottom half merman?
Ooh. I think that
like, do you just have a big fishtail and you can't really walk, and you're just
that's
immediately
funnier.
Dead?
Here's my pitch to what it should be. I have gills. I'm a little bit scaly.
Okay.
When I come in contact with water, mermaid tail activates.
Oh. Okay, but if you have gills, like, do you always have to have like a breathing apparatus?
Yeah, so that's the bummer is I select merman not knowing that and not having a breathing apparatus, and the moment I change I die. I fall to the ground and I'm flopping on the floor.
And, and I'm just munching on your body because I'm a rat.
Ratman slithers in and you're just consuming my flesh.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Just getting stronger.
It's my sacrifice. Yeah, we'll say that I have some sort of maybe breathing apparatus, but if I come into contact with water, which is great because I am actually a great swimmer.
You are.
Yeah, thank you for saying
that.
Yeah,
you did junior guards.
Yeah, hell yeah. Sure did.
And Let me just pause here.
Yeah.
Do we get any vetoes at any point?
Zero vetoes.
Okay, zero
No.
vetoes. Okay, that's good.
No,
to know.
let the tides
That's
decide.
good to know.
So we need a D12. Which
I'm going to go second on this one.
Oh.
I'm feeling second.
Okay.
Second roll is going to be
Do we
the
want to
better
do a
one.
heavy die again, or do we want to use a plastic
I'm
one?
going to go greeny weenie, I think.
Okay, I'll go greeny weenie. This is a D12, correct? Yeah. All right. This is to see.
Yeah, give me my options here. Let me hear my options.
Oh yeah, I need to read the options.
Yeah.
One is a fighter.
Boring.
Yeah, which would be like, close combat
Yeah.
martial weapons.
Which is a class in Dungeon Crawler Carl called a boring old fighter.
Yeah, that fits.
Yeah.
And I've played a fighter before in DD, and I thought it was fun.
Okay.
I had 0 magical abilities.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah, but was great in a scrap. Number 2, a gunslinger.
Ooh.
So ranged weapons. A paladin.
Mm-hmm.
A barbarian. A wizard.
Yes, please.
A rogue or ninja.
Ooh.
Yeah, shinobi. A bard, which
is what I'm going to get. I already know it.
You're going to be a bard, and in truth, you're such a bard. Like if
I hate that about myself.
If our whole friend group went on a
Yeah.
quest, you'd undeniably be the bard.
Yeah,
Entertaining us with song,
but I'd be a really annoying one.
Yeah,
It'd be entertaining for like 5 minutes,
that's
and then
given.
like after the 12th song of us just walking.
I don't know. I've
Yeah.
never grown bored of your melodies.
Well, thank you.
Sure, and I'm hoping to hear some point on the pod.
Yeah.
Warlock.
Mm.
A monk or a brawler.
Okay.
A ranger. A beastmaster.
Ooh.
Or a technomancer, which is someone
Like
that
a
can
DJ?
like a DJ, where you DJ and you attack with the power of sound, where you control machinery
Oh, okay.
and tech weapons.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Much like a DJ would.
much like a DJ would. All right, for my class, a 10, which is a ranger. So
Describe to me a ranger.
a ranger is, think Legolas,
Yeah.
or Aragorn, Strider. You're an archer.
Okay.
You're often most comfortable in the wilds.
Mm.
You're agile, you're dexterous, and yeah, you prefer to rough it in the wilds. I'm not sure how that works for merman.
Yeah, a merman ranger.
Yeah. So I'll say this: I have my trusty aquatic bow
Yeah.
that shoots
That shoots
harpoons.
only underwater though.
Yeah, only underwater. Above water, my harpoons don't fly very far. So thus far,
Okay.
things are not going well
a
unless
merman ranger.
unless we happen to go to a floor that is solely submerged,
Yeah.
which
It's
would
not looking good for you.
not looking great for me.
I don't think.
But
you're
let's
gonna
find
survive
out
for
what
long.
rat man.
Okay, here we go. Ratman.
The feared rat man.
No whammies. No whammies. No whammies.
The sexy six is a rogue.
Ooh,
a
a
ninja.
rogue. Okay, a ninja Ratman. Okay,
That's-
I'm literally Splinter.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Rogue rat man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I think.
crawling through the shadows. Just put me in the shadow realm, honestly.
Yeah, put him in the shadow realm. I think that's probably the best pairing for like a rat man.
Yeah.
that I'm seeing. Yeah. Once again, dexterous.
Yeah.
Sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
Probably would prefer like blades and knives.
Yeah.
Or just your chomper.
Okay, I can work with that.
Yeah.
I can survive on that.
Master Splinter indeed.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Here are just like a signature weapon
Mm.
that maybe you would use the
Sure.
majority of the time, or a tool. And here they are. You rolling out one, just pepper spray. Just a good old fashioned.
Just one can.
Just one can of pepper spray. Limited quantity. 2, grav boots from Red
that's
Rising,
fun.
so you could fly around. 3, Darrow's razor.
Oh,
So
that would be sweet.
yeah, razor
Really cool.
blade. Link's master sword and shield,
Oh my gosh.
which would be pretty sick.
Yes, yes, yes.
Doomfist gauntlet from Overwatch.
Okay.
Captain America's shield, a classic.
Yeah.
The portal gun from Portal.
Oh, fun.
Halo energy sword.
Mm.
Classic lightsaber. Kratos chaos blades.
Wow.
One of my personal favorites. Samus's hand cannon.
Okay.
An Iron Man or mech suit.
Oh,
which is pretty OP.
Yeah, that would be cool.
One single Mario blue shell,
Single use only.
single use only. The Elder Wand,
Oh,
Melnir, Thor's hammer,
nice.
Mr. Freeze's ice gun.
Arnold's ice gun.
Yeah, specific. Hit me with an Arnold line when he.
Oh man, what does he say?
Chill out.
Yeah, I got nothing for you.
Excellent.
I'm sorry to disappoint.
I feel like I've heard you say that. Green Lantern's power ring.
Mm.
An unlimited supply of just regular standard issue grenades.
Okay.
An invisibility cloak.
Well,
Or Oathbringer, the Shard Blade, which belongs to the Blackthorn, Dalinar Kholin from the Stormlight Archive. Yeah, which is what I'm hoping for, which is a nat 20.
I'm gonna go trusty blue if you don't mind.
Yeah, go trusty
I
blue.
always use blue.
Yeah, that's so true.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let me see. What am I hoping for? I'm hoping for. Give me like the Master Sword. Give me the Elder Wand. I would take.
Mm.
Here we go. 3.
Darrow's Razor.
Oh, okay. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That
Okay,
is really
like
cool.
a rat ninja with a razor.
With a razor. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And I can put it in any shape or form that I want.
Yeah.
Or is it specifically Darrow's?
The sling blade form.
Yeah.
No, it's a razor, so you could
Okay.
morph it into whatever you
Not
need.
that I would, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it at sling blade for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
cool.
So cool. Alrighty. Daddy wants a shard blade. 16, Mr. Freeze's ice gun, which I don't know how effective would be in the water. Or would it be really effective? I don't know.
Yeah,
Does
it could
freeze
be.
everything?
It could be. Yeah.
Well,
If my memory serves correct, I feel like he runs out of ice at some point, though.
well, no, me, I wouldn't.
Yeah, you. Oh, okay. Yeah. I forgot about. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in my clause that I have unlimited.
Okay, so how are we surviving here?
I think you have a better chance than I.
Mm-hmm.
As the Merman Ranger with an ice gun.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe I surprise us all. I don't know what the merman powers truly entail. I don't know if it's like an Aquaman situation where I'm actually like fairly tough.
Just a guy that can be in the water.
Yeah, or if it's just like I'm a fish out of water, literally, with a freeze gun and a bow that shoots harpoons, but only in the water.
Right.
I don't think I have great chances. I think if you can get with a few solid allies.
Yeah, I could be going all the way.
Master Splinter armed with a sling blade is pretty sweet.
He sounds unstoppable, is what I'm hearing.
Are you disappointed, though, that you don't have any magic? I know you're a magic guy.
I'm a little disappointed. I would have loved to have gotten like a warlock.
Yeah.
I would appreciate some magic in there.
For sure. But overall...
I'm not terribly disappointed with the Ratman rogue with a sling blade.
I wouldn't be.
Yeah. In fact, that might be my next year's Halloween costume.
That's a great pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be a merman with my ranger's bow and my freeze gun mertail, and you can pull me in like a wagon or something because I'll be in a mermaid tail.
And I would appreciate if you could somehow depict this in a drawing.
Ooh, an illustration, if you
in an illustration, yeah.
Yeah, this would be epic fan art for me to create of our crawlers.
One of your many talents.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah,
I'm very artistically gifted. Well, hey, I think that this concludes the very first episode of Rotten Taters, Precious.
Where we give it to you raw and wriggling.
And I think we can all agree this was a fantastic episode.
Yeah, I agree.
Excellent.
I think we did wonderfully wonderful.
We did wonderfully wonderful. You heard it here first, folks. Be blessed.
Yeah. That feels right.
We're going to cut it.
Yeah. We'll work on that.
Yeah, farewell.